Hello and welcome to chapter 4. Again, these video are supposed to be just a review and a kind of overview of what each chapter is gonna be, and I really hope that you take your time to read the chapter and find out more information from the chapter. Okay. Without further ado, we'll go into chapter 4. So chapter 4, these are the outline of the chapter. Chapter 4 talks about variables and how you actually measure those variables. Okay, hopefully, again, any variables that you want to find hopefully is observable and replicable, which means that it can be repeated again consistently. And there are some examples that the book is actually used. You want to make sure that that each variables, you could practice doing this as well, looking at each variables and the description of it and how you would actually define, or how would you actually come up to find these variables, to measure these variables by looking at these. So in terms of attraction, what a description of attraction. Attraction is appeals of a person, physical appearance. How would we define that? We could measure that. How we could measure by height. We could measure by the ratio, the scale, 0 to 10. Which one is it? 0 being ugly, 10 being super attractive. Those kind of scale. Or you could have amount of physical contact, touch, to show that someone is attracting to another person. Okay, so there's various ways that we could measure the attractions. And you could practice this here by doing your own little description and operation definition for these things: crime, attention span, and aging. Okay. There's these stuff you might want to know because you're going to be seeing on your midterm. Different types of variables. There's continuous versus discrete. Okay, there's I want to look at those definitions. They actually gave examples as well for both of them. There's a difference between quantitative and qualitative. Okay, quantitative is what you could measure, an actual amount. Qualitative is more like labeling and categories and things like that. And the scale of measurement, there are 4 of them. You might want to know all of these as well. This will be on your your midterm exam. First one is nominal scale. Nominal is just numbers, just any number representing. Okay. Gender could be nominal because we could assign the value of 0 and 1, or 1 and 2 to gender. Usually we use 0 and 1, 0 being male and 2 being female. Ordinal scale. Ordinal is how you ranking things, putting them in order. People who, let's say you're taking a test, whoever get the first one, that's number 1, so that's rank number 1. Who is scored the lowest, that would be the last one. So that's order by ranking, ordinal. Interval scale is there's no true 0. Like the temperature scale, there's no true 0. 0, even though it's a freezing point, but there's still something after 0. Okay? And there's a lot of scale that's like this. Okay? Temperature, time is also another one. Ratio scale, there's actually have 0, these 1. You cannot go negative number with these. So ratio is just right at 0 and then go from there. It could be height, it could be length, it could be weight, it could be second. So a lot of things actually fall onto the ratio scale. So reliabilities, test and retest, all of these you should know. You will see these on your exam again. Internal consistency. Okay. inter-rater reliability, inter-observer reliability, all of these information you should know. What this validity means as well, what different types of validity, what they actually referring to. When we do experiment, we want to make sure that we want to minimize the experimental bias, expectancy effects as well. So some people, some researcher kind of expect, or some participant expect what they should answer, or what kind of result should be. So, and that can lead to experimental bias. And oftentimes we do pilot study before an actual study, just to make sure that we gather everything that we need. We kind of do a trial runs, basically. You will be doing a somewhat like a pilot study at the end of this class as well, just to do some fun research, and I could actually post some information and some example for you on the announcement. And these are some of the questions you could actually answer as well. To identify the constructability of a measure, we must, the answer is C, establish appropriate operational definition for the construct being measured. Researcher measures impaired functioning using a multidimensional assessment that encompasses all symptoms of the impairment. For this reason, the researcher likely has a high blank validity. The answer is content. And last question: researcher has her graduate student conduct a study, but does not missing a word. Give him the purpose of the study, or to which group participants are assigned. In addition, participants are not informed of the purpose of the study until after the study is complete. The study is an example of, we call this a double-blind study. That's it for this video, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.